Okay, hey guys, this is Mrs. Ross. I'm here to go over one of our quick math lessons for the week. But before I jump right into our lesson, I wanted to start off by going through a few of our daily math routines that we do in the class. So we're gonna start over here with our number of the day. And our number of the day today we're going to use is 126. So we're gonna use the number 126. All of our students should know how to do this because we do it every morning to start our day, minus a few. So if you want, you can pause the video right here and give your child a chance to go ahead and walk through and see if they can remember and answer the following questions. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start off, like I said, our number is 126. For our first step, we're gonna draw it out. And when we draw it out, we use base 10 blocks to draw a large number, such as 126. So they'll start off with a flat, which is worth 100. Then we have 20, so we'll use two rods. So 100, 110, 120, and then we have 6 ones, so 6 unit blocks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 100, 20, and 6. So 126 drawn out. Number 2, we're gonna write the number in standard form. Standard form is where we simply use the digits to write the number. So for our number of the day, 126, our digits will be 1, 2, 6, 126. Number 3, we have expanded form. Expanded form is where we break the number down. So we're gonna pull it out and you separate it basically by place value. So we're gonna look for the hundredths place. We're gonna start there. We have 100 plus how many tens? We have 2 tens there, that's worth 20. And then we're gonna go and we'll add our ones. Our ones, of course, worth 1. So we have 100 plus 20 plus 6. So that's how we will write the number in expanded form. Moving over to number 4. We have more and less. We'll always start with our number of the day in the middle, which is 126. Here, they're going to do the number that's 10 less at the top, and then the number that's 10 more at the bottom. Left to right, we have 1 less and 1 more. So the number that's 1 less is the number right before 126. You will take away 1. We have 125. So we have 125, 126. 1 more would make it 127. So now when we go 10 less, we're going to look at our tens place because we're going to take away a 10. This number has 2 tens. So we take 1 10 away. We know 2 minus 1 is going to give us 1 there. We're not taking any hundredths away or any 1. So 10 less will be 116. So we have 116. 126, and then we're going to add another 10 here for 10 more. It will go from 2 to 3. So 10 more will be 136. Then we're going to move over to place value. We have H is for hundreds, T is for our tens, and O is for ones. So look at our number. How many hundreds do we have? We have 100. How many tens are in this number? There are 2 tens. And then how many ones are in this number? There's 6 ones for our place value. 110, 100, 2 tens, and 6 ones. And then the last one that we're gonna do for our online one is our number line. So we have 4 numbers at the bottom, and the students are going to put them in the correct order from least to greatest. So we're going to start with, we know our double-digit numbers are always going to be less than our 3-digit numbers. So we have 24 and 74. 2 is smaller than 7. So we are going to start with 24. And then we have 74. And now we have 126 and 110. The hundreds are the same. Then we go down to the tens. 1 is smaller than 2, so we know 110 will come next. And the largest number is 126. So that's how we start our day for math. These are a few of the things that we do for our morning. So for our lesson today, we're going to review the TEK. I can use objects, pictures, and expanded and standard forms to represent a number. So essentially, we're showing different ways to represent the same number. So we have our objects and pictures, standard form, and expanded form. For instance, if I were to make this number So if this is my number, we will take our time, go back, we count them 1 to 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can group our 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that essentially this number is 15. If we were to write it in standard form, we will simply write the digits. 15 is a 1 and a 5. When we go to write it in expanded form, remember we're pulling that number apart. So how many 10s are in this number? There's 1 10. 1 10 is simply worth 10. Plus our 1s. How many 1s are in that number? There's 5 1s. We have one group of 10, 5 1s, just like expanded form here. So expanded form will be 10 plus 5. Simple. All right, so let's do a bit of a larger number. When we get to larger numbers, and we're drawing it out or we're using objects and pictures, the easiest way to draw it would be using base 10 blocks. So we have our base 10 blocks. All right, so our base 10 blocks, we have the first one, which is called a flat. And a flat is worth 100. And then we have a rod. A rod is worth 10, and then the smallest unit block is a unit block. And our unit blocks are simply worth 1. So if I were to draw out this number, I would have So let's count it up and see what number I created. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. So this picture is for 52. So if I go to write it in standard form, I would write a 5 and a 2, 52. And then we go for expanded form. We're going to pull it apart. We need our 10s and our 1s. We have 5 10s. 5 10s are worth 50. Plus how many 1s? There are 2. So it's 50 plus 2. All right, let's try one more with an even larger number. So if I were to draw so I have, let's count it up. We know this is 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. So standard form, we'll write it here, 124. And then we have to break it down here. For our previous examples, there were only 2 digits, so there were only 2 place values. Here we have 3, so we need to incorporate the 100s. So first, there's 100 in the number. So we have 100 plus, now we can go to our 10s. There's 2 10s. 2 10s are worth 20 plus how many 1s? There are 4 1s. So for expanded form, this number will be 100 plus 20 plus 4. Okay, so essentially this is what we're doing. We're showing different ways to represent the same number. So here we had objects and pictures, standard form, expanded form. We use base 10 blocks on the rest, and it shows different ways that you can represent the number. So take some time today and throw out different numbers for your kids or your students and see if they can show you how to represent that number in different ways. Thank you. Have a good day.